Assalamu alaikum class. The topic we are going to discuss today, that is the benchmarking. Benchmarking is the process of measuring an organization's internal processes, then identifying, understanding, and adapting outstanding process practices from other organizations considered to be best in class. It's all about setting the standard that you want to achieve within the sector, within the organization. जब आप बेंचमार्क की बात करते हो तो बेंचमार्क आपके लिए वो स्टैंडर्ड सेट कर रहा होता है जिसको आपने अचीव करना होता है. द प्रोसेस ऑफ मेजरिंग एन organization's internal processes, then identifying, understanding and adapting outstanding practices from other organizations considered to be best. यानी उनकी वो practices को पहचानना, those are considered to be best, and so you may adopt those practices as well. Measuring our performance against that best in class companies determine how the best in class achieve those performance levels, and using the information as a basis for our own company's targets, strategies, and implementation. The level of benchmarking, that is all about moving from where we are to where we want to be. Why benchmark? बेंचमार्किंग की एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर ज़रूरत क्यों पड़ती है? वाई बेंचमार्किंग की हम बात कर रहे होते हैं कि एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर ज़रूरत क्यों पड़ती है. टू ऑब्टेन एन एक्सटर्नल पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ व्हाट इज पॉसिबल within your scenario with the existing resources you have within the organization, to assist in setting strategic targets to promote improvements in performance, to establish a competitive edge, to enhance customer satisfaction, that is the main core of total quality management, to reduce cost, to improve employee morale, to achieve quality awards, and to survive. If the companies went to benchmark, if the companies is not properly developed, documented and implemented, then we have to benchmark. कब ज़रूरत पड़ती है? सबसे पहले हमने पढ़ा क्या होती है benchmarking, then क्यों होती है, why, and then कब करनी चाहिए है benchmarking. अगर आपका quality management system is not properly developed, documented, implemented, if companies' great strength areas are not measured, great weaknesses, great opportunities, and customer needs are not assessed and rectified. Now, then you will have to realize, okay, it's the time to benchmark standards and then follow them. Benchmark in the context of TQM, Total Quality Management. TQM key principles. What are the key principles of total quality management? Comparison with best practice. Keep in mind the fact that your visionary approach defines where you will be in the future. Whatever is your approach while working in the organization, while doing business in the organization, in that case, it will define where you will be in the organization. Whenever you are in the organization, you have to understand your own strengths and weaknesses. And then you have to make the comparison with the best of practices. If you will make yourself a leader in the, if you want to make yourself a leader in the sector, if you want to make yourself a competitor or the follower in the sector, then you will automatically assume those practices rather than following the leader's standards. Whereas in case if you want to be the leader in the market, then you will have to come up with those practices that are compatible in comparison with the leaders' practices as well. Strong emphasis on meeting the needs of the customer, internal and external. Importance of customer satisfaction is one of the most important areas of an organization, and compromising the customer satisfaction results in the decline of any organization. Importance of efficient, effective business processes, need for continuous improvement, and enhances a TQM program. Levels of benchmarking in competitive environment. एक competitive environment के अंदर benchmarking कितने levels में होती है? One is the internal benchmarking within one's organization. You keep on defining your own standards, and then you follow, for example, I set a certain within the cricket. People, in case if within the cricket people somehow set a particular score or set a particular standard for themselves, and then try to improve their score or speed, bowling speed, or wicket score, or run score. So that in that case, they are following their own lead. In the same context, within the organization, if the organization sets standards with respect to their previous records, then that is considered as the internal benchmarking. Competitive benchmarking, analyze the performance and practices of best-in-class companies within the sector. Select companies, those are considered best, understand their processes, and match your processes as in comparison with those companies. So that is the competitive benchmarking. You are trying to make your organization competitive in the market by comparing your standards with the competitors' standards. Non-competitive benchmarking is learning something about a process a company wants to improve by benchmarking. You don't have to work with the competitors, your competitors in the market. Rather, you're trying to follow any person's lead, and you're trying to follow any best process benchmark in the sector. World-class benchmarking, ambitious and looking towards recognized leaders, somehow following the best all over the world. Benchmark methodology, best practice overlap. अब यहाँ पे now we have a figure in hand. One is depicting one circle depicting competitive practices of the industry leaders, top performers with similar operating characteristics. The other domain shows functional and top performers regardless of the industry, aggressive innovators utilizing new technology. And third is the internal practices of the organization, top performers within the company, top facilities within the company. And what you need to do, you try to follow the best overlapping practices, the one that is somehow within your range, competitive, okay, industry leaders, top performers with similar operating characteristics, but they may somehow be beyond your capabilities, beyond your range. So in that case, you won't be able to follow their lead. You won't be able to benchmark those practices. So the overlapping practices somehow shows those particular areas belonging to the competitive and functional domains that somehow lies within your capabilities as well. Types of benchmarking: performance or operational benchmarking, process of functional, strategic. Performance of or operational. It involves pricing, technical quality, features, and other quality. setting benchmarks, setting standards regarding pricing, regarding quality features, regarding any other standards. Process of functional benchmarking, processes such as billing, order inventory keeping, employee training, customer management, customer service. So all these things lies in the process of functional benchmarking. Strategic benchmarking examines how companies compute and seeks the winning strategies they have that have led to competitive advantage and market success. यानी वो तमाम strategies or standards that somehow the companies compute and seeks the winning strategies that makes the companies winners. One more thing that has to be kept in mind, that among three of them, you can follow any. You can either follow the competitive benchmark in performance indicators, and most of the times you have to follow while setting the prices, while setting the quality, you have to follow the competitor's lead as well in the market. And in the processes, you may be able to go ahead with the world-class leaders or non-competitive or internal benchmarking, whatever suits your organization and your resources. Areas of benchmarking, operational strategies. Now, what areas has to be focused while setting the benchmark? Now, here lies, इससे पहले की जितनी details थी, those you have gone through are those which you have started before in the previous classes. From now onwards, you have to understand what are the key parameters that has to be kept in mind while setting the benchmark. हम ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि हम जो है वो कुछ भी उठा के हम कहें स्टैंडर्ड है और हमने इसको फॉलो करना है. नो, you always have to keep in mind the strengths and weaknesses of your organization, and in that case you would be able to follow and you would be able to follow any standard, you would be able to grab any opportunity without considering the threats associated. Due to the weaknesses of the organization, you won't be able to grab the opportunities, right opportunities, and whole benchmark procedure will result in a failure. The operational strategies, that is the inventory management, inventory control, which areas to focus, which areas to control, which areas to benchmark. Supply chain management, warehousing and distribution, transportation. Marketing management, customer service levels, purchasing, billing and collection, purchasing practices, HR practices, talent acquisition, search, training and development, compensation management, etc. These are the areas that needs to be benchmarked in case if you pursue for some position in the market. Guidelines to benchmark: do not go on a fishing expedition, do not go for extraordinary knowledge and something like that. Just try to follow your organization standards, just try to follow your organization strengths, and follow the standards that are settled by the competitors in the market, and then go ahead with it. You use company people, exchange information, legal concerns that are relevant to the benchmark setting and that you have to follow while setting standards within the organization. Let's say if I want to make amends in the production standards of the organization, in case if you're following the world class benchmarking, and in that case you have followed certain production standards of any organization all over the in any part of the world. In that case, when you will apply those standards in your organization, in your country, you have to understand the legal concerns associated as well. All those processes, all those benchmarks are not acceptable all over the world. कुछ चीज़ें एक जगह पे acceptable होती हैं, दूसरी जगह पे acceptable नहीं होती. तो you have to be aware of all these things in order to avoid any conflict, in order to avoid any red flags in the organization. Confidentiality, obviously, whatever are you following, you have to be confidential about it. You have to remain discreet about it, keeping in mind the fact that your practices may be adopted or may be followed by the competitors as well. 5 phases of benchmarking: planning, analysis, integration, action, and maturity. Planning involves the identify the product, the process, or whatever needs to be benchmarked. Analysis: determine the gap between the firm's current performance and that of the firms benchmarked, and identify the causes of significant gaps. We have discussed the gap before as well while deciding the strategic quality planning. What is a gap all about? Gap is all about identifying the loopholes between the actual and the desired status. Actual, the gap, the loophole that exists between actual and the desired. And analyzing that gap will help you setting parameters that will be able that would help you minimize or fill in that particular gap. Integration: establish goals and obtain the support of managers who must provide the resources for accomplishing the goals. Action: develop action plan and team assignment. After analyzing, after integrating, organizing the resources all over, then you will have to set up the action plan. Team assignment: implement the plans, monitor progress, control it, re-collaborate, benchmark as improvements are made. Maturity: leadership position attended, best practices fully integrated into process. Gradually, with the help of benchmarking yourself, gradually, continuously, you will be able to uh, acquire the lead position within the sector. Now, here is an example of benchmarking process in Motorola. They followed what particular strategy? Decide what to benchmark, select companies to benchmark, obtain data and collect information, analyze data and form action plans, and re-collaborate and start the process again. That is all the process that we have studied before. The benchmarking strategies: planning, assessing, integrating, and develop action plan, and then maturity. 7 steps of the 7 steps benchmarking model. Identify what to benchmark, what are the key considerations, किस चीज को benchmark करना है और इसमें key considerations क्या है, what should be included in this particular activity. Clarify the benchmark objectives, decide whom to involve, what are the parties that should be involved, what are the resources that should be used, define the process, consider the scope, set the boundaries, agree on what happens in the process, and flowchart the process. Determine what to measure. After identifying what to benchmark, determine what to measure, what particular, is it the process, is it the product, is it the service, or whatever. Examine the flowchart, establish processes measures, verify the measures match objectives. Identify who to benchmark, conduct general research, choose level to benchmark. Collect data, analyze data, and determine the gap, and set goals and develop an action plan and monitor the process. Factors for success of benchmarking. Benchmarking must have the full support of senior management. One key strength, key parameter that should be considered. In case if you have a conflict with the senior management, you won't be able to properly apply the benchmarking procedure. For benchmarking, team and process training is very much important. Training and development. Obviously, employees are those particular areas, employees are those particular entities that have to follow those processes, that have to utilize those processes. So their training is very much important. should be a team activity, is an ongoing process, is a continuous process. Efforts must be organized, planned, and carefully managed. Correct use of benchmarking can lead you to competitive edge in today's business marketplace. Advantages: it's a systematic method that helps you identify the best practices, promote superior performance, best in class do things. Intensive studies of existing processes often lead to identification of non-value added activities and plan for process improvement. It also helps you identify those practices that are not very much valuable for the organization and helps you discard them. It helps for continuous improvement. Benchmarking inspires managers to compete. Through benchmarking process, organization can borrow ideas, adopt and refine themselves. It also provides a basis for training human resource. However, there are certain disadvantages as well. The most resistant criticism of benchmarking comes from the idea of copying others. And it is not a strategy, nor is it intended to be a business philosophy. Most of the leaders in the market do not try to follow others' lead, rather they try to follow internal benchmarking. They keep on leaders most of the time follow the internal benchmarking procedure. Benchmarking is not instant pudding. It will not improve performance. Uh, Meanwhile, within the meantime, it takes time. Conclusion: nowadays, okay, all over the countries, all over the world are somehow following the benchmarking procedures in order to improve their quality and performance within the market.